Hey there, how's it going? Welcome back to another Car Conversations with Justin. So I was thinking, there's a lot of definitions in some of the different videos that I've recorded for you guys that you might not have a chance to explain. So I thought we could go over a few definitions right now. So one that I really love is the term under agreement. And sometimes this is a really great phrase to hear, and sometimes this is not. When it's a great phrase to hear is when the house that you put an offer in on, the offer was accepted, and you've signed the contract, both parties signed the contract, and now you're officially under agreement. That's the under agreement you want to hear. The under agreement that you might hear before that is when you send me a couple houses that you want to take a look at, and I say, I'm sorry, we can't go take a look at it. They're already under agreement. So what does that mean in terms of technically, and then what does that mean for you as the home buyer or as the home seller? So technically, it means that both parties have signed the contract and you are in the process of closing on the house. So the house hasn't closed yet, but you're in the term of the signed contract. And the signed contract would be, the Pennsylvania Standard Agreement of Sale of Real Estate. So so when I say you're in term of that contract, that means that nobody has broken any of the terms of the contract, but you just haven't reached the close date yet. So that's what under agreement means. Now, what that means for you as a buyer or seller, I like to take this a step further and look at kind of the essence of the word that the legal people used to describe that you're in the contract. Well, it says agreement, right? So there is a mutual meeting of the minds where everybody is excited about making sure that this gets to close date. And so I always talk to people about how as soon as you have agreed on a price and your negotiations are over and that there's a signed contract, that means you're all on the same team. That means that every single person involved, whether it's the contractor, whether it's the radon guy, whether it's the listing agent, the buyer agent, both parties, everybody, the mortgage guy, every single person is now a team. They want that contract to happen and for that sale to go forward. If the price is something that you don't want, or it's somebody's not happy, well, then why'd you sign the contract? So everybody should be happy, and because everybody's excited and happy about the terms of that contract, granted, there might be some things that aren't the best, but in light of your larger goal, everybody should be ready and excited and willing to move forward. So I find oftentimes where I get really frustrated is that agents on the other side think it's their job to fight you tooth and nail all the way up until close date. And that's just not the case. As soon as you've agreed upon a price, you're under agreement. And that means that everybody should be working together as a team. So that's the way I like to look at it. I like to look at the fact that we're all working together for a common goal, and that makes it so much more fun, and you get to enjoy learning about different people that way, and also accomplishing a goal together, and not just feeling like you beat somebody else or got a deal or something like that. So yeah. So the other aspect of being under agreement on the buying side that you just need to keep in mind is as soon as your realtor tells you that you're under agreement, that does mean that you have some action items. It means that you need to make mortgage application, which we can talk about that. It means that you need to schedule your inspector. We need to talk about that. That means that you need to make sure that your earnest money deposit check has been delivered to the listing company. You can ask your realtor what address they are and go drop that off in person, or they might have collected that from you already, where you're gonna go and where they have that, they're going to drop it off for you. But you need to make sure that check's on its way to the listing company, in their hands by the date that's on the contract. Usually that's in 5 days of being under agreement. So yeah, earnest money deposit check. You want to make sure that you made mortgage application. You also want to make sure that you're on top of title search application, and that you have gotten underway with scheduling your inspections. So that's under agreement. I love that phrase. I hope you guys hear it soon, whoever's watching, and that means that you were able to go under contract with the home of your dreams, and I hope you have a smooth closing period. So yeah, we'll talk again soon. That's all for now. Peace out.